What's up, Get Fit fam? It's your boy Allende. We're back with another one, and I'm coming to you straight from Mexico City. I got three lovely Mexican-born ladies. All of you born in Mexico?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm actually coming from Jamaica, just landed. So my country of birth to your country of birth.
And Mexico. I'm from Mexico. I love Mexico.
Okay, I can see a lot of enthusiasm. All right, so we're going to find out, do Mexican women make better girlfriends? Obviously, I'm talking about better than Western girlfriends, right? In my case, American. So I grew up in a few different cities, mostly New York, but I've lived in multiple American cities that have a pretty big Mexican population. So you guys tend to be a little bit more family orientated, value marriage a little bit more, and are more likely to be married. Well, at least in comparison to Americans. A lot of the Mexican kids, their parents were married, right? So we're going to go from here to here. Give me your name, your age, and your relationship status.
Mi nombre es Silvia. Tengo 43. Y soy casada.
So you're going to speak in Spanish the whole time?
Yes.
Even though you speak English? All right. What about you?
My name is Eleni. I'm 24 and I'm single.
Okay. And you?
Mi nombre es Iliana, tengo 33 años y soy soltera.
Are you eating candy? How come she can eat candy? I can't eat candy. Double standard. All right. So you said you were single?
Married.
Married. Okay. How long have you been married?
26 años.
26 years.
Yes.
You're forcing me to... okay, speak Spanish. All right. You're going to do some interpreting for me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So ask her, what is the most important thing that she requires from her husband in order to be comfortable and present in the marriage?
¿Cuál crees que es la mejor cosa que tiene tu esposo para estar bien en la relación?
The communication.
Knock it off. That's not a resource.
¿No? Confianza.
Like a
Comunicación,
resource,
confianza.
like
You didn't marry your husband for communication. So what is it that you need from
¿qué
him
necesitas de
to be a wife?
¿Qué necesito de él? Confianza, apoyo y protección.
And confidence in the form of like stability, like you're confident that he's going to take care of the family.
Así es. Yes.
Okay, and what is the priority for you to offer him as a wife? What is your duty, or what is the most important thing to you that you're giving your husband?
Pues cuido de él, procuro que todo en la casa funcione, y obviamente existe muchísima confianza entre los dos. Entonces yo creo que es lo más importante que yo le puedo dar.
she takes care of him and also makes everything works in the house, so she thinks that is everything that he needs.
She runs the house. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Okay, same two questions. What about you?
Well, I think also that the man provides security and confidence to their wife or to the girlfriend. It's the perfect thing. And also to being communicate with the person. Like always feel her secure. And loyalty completely. Well, the other question is... what was the other question?
What the woman is now, what is your priority to give? What do you think is the most valuable and important thing you have to give him in exchange for it to
I
last?
think nowadays we need to embrace our person or our guy just to keep growing. Like feel them confidence, take care of him. Also, if you have kids, take care of the kids and all of that, but still loyal and always be by his side in order to keep growing together.
All right, let me add something on there. I'm not sure if what you are saying but I'm sure that it's what's most important to men, even the men who don't know that this is the most important thing to them from a woman. So, guys, this is what you should be looking for. You should be looking for someone that makes you better. As simple as that sounds, that's actually what women are here for. So that can mean any assortment of things, but at the end of the day, ultimately, it makes you better. So she assists you in being the best that you can be. That can come from her inspiring you. That can come from her saying that she sees you as more than you are. Therefore, you feel obligated to reach those heights because that's how she already sees you and you don't want to disappoint her. It could be her helping you get your business off the ground. It could be her packing your meals. It can be any number of things. The point is that without her, you would be less than you are with her. And I think that's what a lot of women don't necessarily put their finger on, right? But it's that. So that needs to be the intention. Like, how can I make him better? How can I get him to see himself as more than he is already and become what I believe that he can be, right? How do I get him to reach his full potential? And a lot of times it's as simple as the things that women say, but equally, when they say things that are negative, it actually brings the man down, which is why nagging and complaining is horrible for guys, because it drains them rather than energizes them. Can you translate to her what she thinks is most important that the man gives her in order for a relationship to work?
¿Tú qué crees que sea lo más importante que un hombre deba de proveer en una relación para que funcione?
Bueno, yo creo que compañerismo, protección, trabajo en equipo y lealtad. Eso, la lealtad es como lo principal, yo creo, para poder hacer.
Being loyal, also have communication, have the friendship like strong, and yeah, basically that.
All right, I'm going to come to this communication thing because women keep saying it, and I think I know what it means. I think women just aren't articulating it in a way that men understand what the hell you're talking about. But first, let's get her answer. What does she think her most valuable thing is to give to the guy?
¿Y cuál crees que sea lo que tú le provees a un hombre, lo más importante?
Trabajo en equipo, lealtad, siempre honestidad y pues al igual cuidado, que es lo que se busca en una relación realmente para mí.
Taking care, also loyalty, teamwork always, and have always honesty.
Honesty. Okay. All right, so back to the communication thing, right? And what I think women mean when they say good communication. So guys, it's really tricky with women because men are the leaders, you're leading. So a lot of times it's hard for a woman to lead you to the water because you're the leader. So when they say things, a lot of times you're like, I don't even know what the hell what she means. So I think what they're saying with the communication is that women are extremely insecure about everything. They worry about everything. Women are worry warriors. What they do with their idle time is worry. They worry if they're not good enough, if they're not pretty enough, is the rent going to get paid on time? Is it going to rain today? They're constantly in a state of anxiety. So the man being stable, the man being confident, these are all things that help them not be so stressed and so anxious. So I think what they're saying with the communication is they need the guy to communicate to them what's the plan, what is he going to do, what's going to happen. And then the confidence is allowing them to feel stable, to feel safe, and to feel confident. Yes, today is going to be okay, and possibly tomorrow will be okay too. So I think that's what they're trying to say, but they have a hard time saying it because they're the receiver, not the giver, if that makes any sense. Which is why it's so complicated to ask a woman, what the fuck do you want to eat? Because they want to be provided and given. They don't want to necessarily do the thinking and the figuring out part of it. All right, so let's get to the next question. That was just to open up. So what is the first thing that you notice about a guy? What is the first attraction cue for you?
¿Cuál es la primera?
La primera cosa que te atrae de un hombre.
Su seguridad. La seguridad con que se acercan a mí, hablarme, a mirarme. Sí, esa seguridad es la que me atrae de un hombre.
The security that when a guy approach her, that is what completely attracts.
So he has to approach you for you to notice him?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Okay. What about you? First thing you notice about a guy you like?
Yeah, I think also the security when they reach out to you, I think that impressed me and I prefer.
See what I mean, guys? It's really hard for them to explain how to receive. It's crazy. It's almost if they understood it in a way that they could explain it, they could give it to themselves. So, okay, so what you're saying is the guy's confidence is what you're cueing in on. The fact that he is confident enough and is sure enough within himself to come to you, which means he probably got some shit figured out or he wouldn't be confident about him.
If he's confident with himself, I think that will work for me.
So the first thing you notice basically is confidence.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Ask her, what's the first thing
Es
she
la misma
notices?
pregunta. La seguridad, en físico las manos, siempre les veo mucho las manos, los brazos y la mirada.
It sounded masculine. Whatever she's talking about sound like some masculine traits. What did she say? He's big, strong, looks good. What happened?
Like having she looks their hands also.
Hands?
Yeah.
How big their hands are?
Hands,
Guys,
arms.
you gotta do hand exercise, hand training. Okay, go ahead.
Arms and also the eyes and confidence too.
Wow. Okay, great. All right, so take care of yourself, build confidence. Don't skip hand day. Or arm day. Should be the same day. Your hand's part of your arm. All right, a lot of good stuff here. All right, what is you're married, so the longest relationship you had is obviously your marriage.
¿Qué dice?
¿Cuál es tu relación más larga? Seguramente tu matrimonio.
Yes.
Okay, how many years?
26.
Wow, okay, that's longer than you've been around.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay, longest relationship for you?
Was for 3 years.
3 years? It's a pretty big chunk of your adult life. Okay, what about her?
11 años y 6 años.
11 years and 6 years.
Oh, shit, that's 17 years in total.
11.
11 and 6.
Wow, okay, damn, it's a lot, okay. Interesting. All right, so give me an example of your best date. It's the best date, the best date.
¿Cuál fue la mejor cita?
Doesn't have to be with your husband either.
¿Sí? ¿Cuál es la mejor cita?
Sí.
Hace tiempo tuve una cita con un argentino. Fue casual, pero fue muy intensa. Hubo mucha química y creo que sí fue la mejor cita.
He got a date with an Argentina guy and it was really intensive. The connection was well, so that's what she liked.
Yeah, but you gotta, where did he take you? Like, we want to know, what was the
¿Pero
date?
por qué?
¿A dónde?
A un bar. A un bar.
Roomba bar? Rumba?
No, to a bar.
Oh, to a bar. Something as simple as that, but it was, okay. Yeah, it's not the date, guys. It's the people on the date. Somewhere is only as fun as who you go with. That's the truth. It's true. And that was how long ago?
¿Cómo dijo?
¿Cuánto tiempo fue hace?
I have 18 years old.
It was 18 years ago, that date?
She was 18 years old.
She was 18. So you want me to do that math? Just how many years ago was that?
¿Cuántos años fue?
The moral of the story, guys, is that you're competing with her past. You're competing with her memories. All right?
More de 30 años, más de 30 años.
More than 30 years, yeah.
More than 3 years?
30 years.
See, that's the issue. As a guy, we're literally competing with her past experiences, most of which we won't even know what the hell they were. We don't even know what we're up against. Women are simply competing with treatment. That's it. You're competing with the best treatment that he got. We're competing with the best experience that you had, which is an interpretation as it is.
¿Cómo dijo?
Que realmente los hombres solo compiten con cómo nos tratan.
Huh? We got it rough, man.
Pero bueno, en su momento yo también no lo hice lo que yo quería hacer con el chico.
And that's why men prefer younger women. It's less to compete against. Huh? It's true. And this is why women like less attractive guys, because it's less to compete with.
Porque la mujer siempre es la última que tiene la palabra.
Yeah. The woman who had the last word.
All right, fair enough. Example of your best date.
My best day, I was dating a chef, and he
A chef. Oh, okay. You can cook.
invited me to the restaurant he was working at, and he reserved a table for me, just me. And he said, "Don't worry, just take what you want to drink, but I will send you the dishes." And I was like, okay. And he sent me everything that I didn't like, but he prepared the food, so I enjoyed a lot. And for me, it was like the best dinner.
The thought
I
and the
ever had.
experience.
Yeah.
Man, shout out to my client, Alex, because I had that experience. I have a client who owns multiple restaurants, and he did that for me. He said, bring your girls to the restaurant and just order everything on the menu, try everything. And it was like literally the best dinner date I ever went on. It was awesome. Yeah, so I can definitely relate to that. When you know somebody, as I tell you guys, network. Get your network game up first before you start trying to date, because right now dating is so competitive as far as the experiences that women have had in the past. Your best bet is to network with guys in positions first so that you can do something like that, right? I was able to take both of my girlfriends out at the same time on a dinner date where the bill was over $600 and all I did was tip. I tipped $60 and that was it. And they got to try everything on the menu. It was an incredible date because of who I knew and because me and that person exchanged value. So guys, get your hookup game on.
But what I was gonna add is like, what I like about that is that he cooked the dinner. So even if it was not at the restaurant and he was at home cooking for me, that will be the perfect date.
Yeah, well, he used his leverage. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Use what you're good at. Okay. Ask her what is the best date she's ever been on.
Hace poco. Bueno, fue hace poco. Fue con un chico que conocí en una app. Y después de postergar, salimos y fue a su casa en Ameca, en una cabaña, fogata. Por primera vez probé la weed. Y estuvo padre. Creo que nada más faltó el vino tinto. Terminó bien.
No idea what she said.
Fue algo fuera de lo común.
What was the date?
She met someone at the app and they went to...
Wait, the where?
An app.
Oh, on an app. Okay, go ahead.
App,
Sorry.
Go ahead. So they went like to... How does she say it? To the forest. Cabin. Yeah, they went to a cabin.
A cabin in the forest.
Yeah, cabin in the forest.
I gotta put that on my to-do list. Take a girl to the cabin and do not get killed by serial killer. Go ahead.
Yeah, and they smoke a little weed and having all the day there, and it was.
Yeah, I know where it went later because there's nothing to do in the cabin. No goddamn Wi-Fi in a cabin. Before we move to the next question, because I always have to give good suggestions and advice, I'll give you guys a real simple example. I was in Kenya. And I took a girl on a date, right, to like a zoo. It was like a zoo type, I don't want to call it a zoo, but it's like a resort. And they have all these animals there, exotic animals. And the thing is, I miscalculated the time because I'm not from Kenya. So when I got there, the zoo was actually closed. It was closing. And I don't take rejection. I'm getting in. So I pulled one of the employees to the side and I paid him to take us on a private tour when the zoo was closed. That date ended up being 10 times better because now we were the only people on the property, on the premise, and we could basically do whatever the heck we wanted. And that guy gave us like the full VIP, the whole thing, let us do a bunch of stuff that people aren't allowed to do. So that's just a suggestion to you guys. Find someone that works somewhere, work something out with them on the side so that you can close down whatever for whatever girl. If you want to take a girl shopping, figure out how to close down that whole boutique. So that when you take her shopping, she's the only person in the store. She could do her thing. It makes a huge difference, right or wrong? The experience?
¿Qué dijo? Que cuando logras que la persona tenga una experiencia completa y a lo mejor que se cierre todo para ella o que esté solamente enfocado en ella, es la mejor cita. You're not wrong, I think.
Women like to feel special.
Sí, que nos gusta lo especial.
Sí, definitivamente.
Exactly. And if everybody else can have it, they don't want it. Yeah. So anytime you can make them the anomaly, they're going to appreciate it, right? So it's not about how much money you spend, it's about how you spend the money. Put it this way, I didn't pay that guy that much. You know, to shut that zoo down, right? Okay, cool. What else? Sorry. One thing that you've always wanted from a man, but you've never been able to get it.
¿Qué pienso que?
¿Cuál sería la cosa que siempre has querido de un hombre, pero nunca la has tenido?
Oh man, her husband's perfect, man.
No me ha hecho falta nada de un hombre.
He doesn't have anything missing for a man.
I guess why he's still married. I can't argue with her. All right, what about you? One thing you always wanted, you never got it.
I think it's not always, but most of them do not make plans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
Are you dating boys, though? How average age of the guys you date?
like 27 to 30.
Oh, it's not boys. Those are grown men.
Yeah, but they never have a plan.
How do you voice this grievance? How do you let them know, hey, this is
Yeah,
what I value?
always. And they say like, I don't know what to do, to be honest. And I prefer just to get something spontaneous. And I'm like, I don't like that.
Believe it or not, this sounds counterintuitive, but being good at being spontaneous requires some planning.
Yeah, but they are bad.
You got to be able to plan quicker,
Yeah,
like in your head. You got to be able to connect the dots really fast. Just tell them to subscribe to my channel. We'll sort them out. What about you? One thing you've always wanted from a man, never gotten it.
Igual, ¿verdad?
Sí, la
Me voy a los extremos. Yo creo que buen sexo y que me lleven mariachis. Eso es como
I only
lo que me ha faltado.
Only thing I got out of that was
Me hace falta probar algo de fuera.
See, like she has good sex, or also she never got mariachis.
what is this?
It's like a Mexican tradition. The
Yes.
the ones with the guitar.
Oh, when the guy comes and he plays that annoying
Romántico.
music?
Yeah,
Yes.
That's what you want during or after sex? I'm confused.
something romantic.
Muy.
Oh, so you're getting the sex, but not the romance.
In Mexico, it's romantic.
I was told Mexican men are more romantic, though. That's what the women have told me.
¿Cómo digo?
Que pensaba que los hombres eran más románticos aquí en México.
Sí, son.
A veces.
Sometimes. Some of
Sometimes
them.
or some guys?
Some guys.
So some guys don't have it at all. So how do you learn it? Where do you get it from? Where do you get the romance from?
¿De dónde vemos el romance o de dónde lo aprendimos?
De las películas.
From movies.
De ver a nuestras mamás.
Exacto. Enseñanzas
De la familia.
de familia, ¿no?
As much as I want to disagree with that, I can't.
Las
'Cause I've got a lot
películas de
of good
Disney.
inspiration from certain movies. Guys, you got to watch chick flicks, right? Because some of you guys probably think like, I'm not watching chick flicks. That's gay. Is it? If you like women, watching chick flicks is the antithesis of gay because you're getting to understand what turns them on. So I watched 50 Shades of Grey. I didn't enjoy it, but I was taking notes. Yeah, so it's good. Before crime, watch crime movies. Inspirational. So I agree with the movie thing. Let's get an example of the worst date you've ever been on.
Tu peor cita.
No tuve peor cita.
Your husband should have a
I
channel.
am perfect.
Okay, what about you? Worst date you ever been on? Where'd he take you? What'd he do?
Well, he take me from home and he was just roading, like nowhere to go. And I was like, I want to eat something. And he was like, oh, what you want to eat? And we never complete something real. And I was like, just return me home.
Damn.
Yeah.
You aborted the mission?
Yeah.
So he picked you up and he didn't plan any further than that?
No.
Well, was his car the plan? Did he have a really nice car or did he pick you up on the bike? What happened there?
It was a good car, but he also didn't have like too much to conversate. So I was already worried. Yeah.
All right, what about you? Worst date?
Bueno, no fue una cita, fue, bueno, iba a conocer a esa persona o lo conocí. No me llamó nada la atención porque era mayor, no tenía problema con eso, pero no me gustó y me quería besar a fuerza. Me sentí muy acosada. No.
Well, he met someone and it was a first date.
There was no sexo in that story, so I know it's bad. Go ahead.
Yeah. And he tried to kiss her like really bad, and he wasn't into it because
it was bad that he tried the kiss, or the
Yeah,
way
because she
the
didn't
way
like
he
her.
kissed was bad.
No, it was bad because she thought that it was like
Premature wasn't the time.
she didn't like him, so she wasn't into it.
But where did he take you though? Like,
¿A dónde fueron?
Fuimos a un partido, estaba todo eso de las elecciones.
¿De fútbol?
O sea, no, de lo de los votos, de votaciones y así. O sea, ni siquiera fue una cita, estuvo desagradable.
They went to like a lecture, something like.
a lecture?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It wasn't really a date. Like, they were
Dentro del
meeting.
trabajo,
That might have been a
supongo, ¿no?
strategy though. He's like, let me take you to this boring lecture, and then you're gonna want to have sex because it's better than the lecture.
Fue mi momento más humilde.
It was the worst, she said.
Oh my God, I'm sorry for you. All right. Guys, definitely have a plan. If you go into the gym, plan your workout. You go on a date, plan the date. I mean, choreograph it. It just makes sense, honestly, right? If you're trying to cook something, you need to know the ingredients, make a plan. Certain things come before other things. This isn't fucking rocket science. But no, I like what she said about watch the movies, though. You will get a lot of ideas from movies. And if you watch older ones, then the younger chicks you're dating won't be familiar with the movie and be like, oh, you got that from so-and-so. So there is a lot to be learned from movies, especially old school classics. Just like off the top of my head, what was it? Jason's Lyric. And there was that the one when he took the girl on the picnic, and that was incredible. Anyhow, watch old movies, guys, that women adored in that time frame, and you will get some panty-wetting, panty-dropping inspiration. I promise you, it's that easy. Textbook, take notes, recreate those experiences. It's proof of concept. It's already worked. If it's a best-selling book or best-selling movie amongst women, it already worked. Sorry, next question. Your biggest complaint that you get from your ex-boyfriends? I guess this is tough because you got the perfect marriage. So, does your husband complain about anything about you?
¿Tu esposo se
Entonces,
queja
sí,
de algo? ¿Cuál es la mayor queja que tienes de tus exnovios o de esposo?
Que me gusta hablar mucho,
Tell the truth.
repetir las cosas.
20-something years, he has a complaint. Multiple.
Yo hablo mucho, entonces eso es lo que yo creo que es lo que no le gusta.
She talks too much, and she always repeat the same thing, so that's
Yeah.
the comment.
After 20 years, he's heard it all. He can complete your fucking sentences. Okay, give me an example of your husband's number one complaint for you.
¿Algún ejemplo de lo que más se queja tu esposo de ti?
De que llega de trabajar, llega cansado y pues yo me la paso regularmente en el trabajo y del trabajo a la casa, pero pues no nos vemos todo el día, entonces pues yo le quiero platicar todo lo que me ocurrió en el día, con quién hablé, con quién salí, qué comí, qué bebí, etcétera. Entonces él se satura de palabras y entonces eso le causa conflicto un poco.
Okay, like he arrives home from work and he's already tired, and she just start talking about her day and all that she did and something like that, and he's like, I'm done. Like, I don't want to keep talking about it.
Do you think that's going to change about him?
¿Crees que cambie?
Sí.
Do you think that's going to change?
Yo o él.
No, de
Sí.
What percentage of men does she think feels the same way?
a lot. Yeah.
Is it possible that that's just how we're wired?
¿Qué dijo?
Que sí es posible que cambie su pensamiento. ¿Tú crees?
¿Mi esposo de mí?
Sí.
Pues sí, siempre y cuando yo cambie.
Yeah, but she also has to change about it.
She's not going to change either. Ask her why she feels the need to tell him all of these things.
¿Por qué te gusta contarle a él?
¿Por qué no nos vemos en todo el día?
Because they don't see each other all the day.
That's not what it is.
Que eso no es.
¿Por qué?
Women use words in communication to tell other people how they're feeling. And that's a priority to them, that other people know how they feel.
Que para nosotros las mujeres nuestra prioridad es pues comunicar cómo nos sentimos, entonces por eso lo hablamos.
Men use communication to tell other people what they need to know. So if we don't have anything important to tell you that you need to know, chances are we're not going to make much conversation unless we're in the process of bonding, which is also important because they need to let the other person know, this is my value, this is what's important to me, tell me the same about you, and we can see whether or not we will be friends and what our relationship will consist of. They've already been together long enough that he doesn't need to tell her anything. She already knows everything she needs to know.
Yeah.
But she feels something every day
Yes.
and feels the need to tell him what
puede ser.
she feels.
Yeah.
But it's hard for him to absorb the information because it's not important to him. Not in a disrespectful way, but it's not useful information. What do I do with that? I can't build a house with that. I can't pay the rent with it. So what do you want me to tell you?
Yeah. Sí, que pues para él no es algo importante.
Sí, claro, es una lluvia de información innecesaria. Sí, lo entiendo.
All right. So the idea, guys, is to get good at listening fast. Meaning, she's going to say a whole bunch of shit. Condense it down to what it is that she's feeling. That's what you need to get from that. The faster that you can understand what she's feeling is the faster that you can shut her up by saying, oh, so you feel like this. And then she's going to say, yes, you understand me. And then you'll get sex. All right. What is the biggest complaint that a man has for you?
I think actually the same one because I always want to share about everything happens to me and they are like, I don't care. Or, yeah.
Yes, but would you agree that if they listen attentively and they can quickly get to what the feeling is that you're trying to communicate, then you will feel heard and understood, and he doesn't have to hear more than what's necessary. Yeah. Biggest complaint.
Creo que esto lo tenemos todas, tardarme mucho para arreglarme. Es una de las principales quejas. Y también cuando está viendo el partido o está jugando videojuegos, estar ahí encima y estar como queriendo la atención de que me haga piojito o yo estarlo besando o así, o tocándole los pies. Es eso.
The first one is that she takes a long time to get ready, and that is the first. And the second also that every time that they are watching like a football, soccer play or something, she wants attention and they don't want.
He's like, yeah, not now. This is football time.
Yeah.
This is interesting because these are things that are not going to change on either. Right. So you have to get good at dealing with it. So for example, guys, if you know you're going to need some like guy time or alone time, it's better you put in your kid time and woman time ahead, front load it. And you can literally communicate this to them like, babe, between this time and this time, I'm going to watch the fucking football game. So I was thinking we could go do this first. That way it's like, hey, you got your fucking time. Leave me alone. I'm telling you guys, this is the best way to do it. If a girl's talking your ear off, ignoring her is not going to make her shut up faster. And if she does shut up, it's because she's pissed. So either way, it's a bad result. But if you listen attentively and engage in it, it actually shortens the process. Next question, where are we? All right, so what qualifies a woman to be a girlfriend or a wife? So it's good that we start with you because you're married. So what do these other women need to be doing in order to secure a husband for 20 some odd years?
¿Qué crees que sea lo necesario para ser una esposa o novia?
Bueno, lo que a mí me ha funcionado es siempre hablar de las cosas importantes, como las finanzas, los hijos, estar al pendiente uno del otro de a dónde va, si ya llegó. Bueno, para nosotros es importante. Y siempre tanto atender el trabajo, la casa y obviamente tener tiempo de calidad con él, compartir gustos y compartir bueno, en este caso compartimos el ejercicio que es el gimnasio y yo creo que pues es lo que a mí me ha funcionado y yo creo que pues sí, por eso tengo tanto tiempo casada.
She thinks like the best thing is sharing time together, like doing things what both of them like gym. Also talking and have a responsible communication about finance, kids, and home, like what's missing and stuff like that. And also that they take care of each other. Like you are okay, you arrive okay at home or at work, and that is like what is keep going.
So adding to what the man has going on.
Yeah.
Bringing something that he doesn't already have. Yeah, it's important. Okay. What about you? What do you think is the qualities that the girlfriend needs in the wife?
I think also, well, taking care of each other and have every time the patience and the time to communicate what you want.
You say patience. Who needs to have patience?
Both of us, because I
We're
think
talking about just the woman right now.
yeah, well,
We'll get to the guy. But focus on what's the woman needs
yeah.
to do. So-
I think we also have to support some things that maybe you don't like, but you have to keep in mind, as you said, that it's not gonna change.
So you're saying understanding
Yeah.
and trusting. Understanding the guy, trusting. Okay, what do you think about forgiveness?
Also, yeah.
Yeah. Something women lack is forgiveness. Okay. What about you? What's the
¿Me
woman need to
recuerdas
have?
la pregunta?
Ay. What is the question one more time?
So what is the qualities that a woman has to be a good girlfriend and also good wife, obviously?
¿Cuáles crees que son las cualidades para que alguien sea una buena novia o esposa?
What makes Mexican women better girlfriends? Remember, that's the point.
Bueno, sobre todo ser honestos, la honestidad, trabajo en equipo, respetar nuestros tiempos juntos como tiempo de calidad y también divididos, es decir, si él tiene amigos, respetar que también puede salir con amigos sin forzar el que siempre tiene que estar a mi lado porque somos una pareja. Más que nada es eso, la empatía y sobre todo la comunicación, el respeto.
Okay. She said like empathy is the first thing, also respect, honesty, and the most important is to spend quality time together, but also have their own time, like meeting their friends alone and also doing your things that you like alone. Like
What friends? Talking about guy friends?
yeah, the friends from her boyfriend or her friends, o sea,
Wait, her guy friends or her female friends?
amigos hombres o amigas mujeres.
¿Qué
O sea, de que
prefiero?
coincide, o sea, de que salgan con amigos hombres o amigas mujeres.
No importa.
It doesn't matter. It can be both.
This might be an issue for some guys.
Que eso puede ser un problema para algunos hombres.
Mm,
No, but each other can do it. Like she can go with her friends, can be girls or a man, or also he can go out with friends, woman or man.
It's not symmetric, though. It's not the same. And she mentioned respect. So there might be some conflict there. There might be some contradiction. Because spending time with other guys can be perceived as disrespectful to her man.
¿Por qué?
Que es tener, bueno, pasar tiempo con otras personas, hombres en específico, puede ser algo irrespetuoso para tu pareja.
Pero hablo de amigos.
Yeah, she's talking about friends. Pero aún
Por
así-
eso la comunicación, el respeto siempre y la lealtad.
If I follow you on Instagram and you post a picture with your boyfriend, guess what I'm going to do?
Nothing.
I'm going to unfollow you immediately. Immediately.
Que si él me sigue en Instagram y yo subo una foto con mi novio, él me va a dejar de seguir automáticamente.
When you interact with me and you have a boyfriend, you're disrespecting your boyfriend. When I interact with you knowing you have a boyfriend, I'm disrespecting your boyfriend. So I'm not going to allow you to put me in a position to disrespect your boyfriend. If you want to disrespect your boyfriend, that's fine. Okay?
Okay.
But me following a girl that has a boyfriend and I'm not associated with her boyfriend, it's disrespectful.
I think we have, well, because we think that woman and man can be friends.
No, I know. Mexico, I learned years ago. Here, it's a different culture.
So I think we don't have like that problem because we have limits and we always set up the limits and do not disrespect our.
That's the bumping heads of the culture we were talking about earlier. Okay, fair enough. But that is something I've told guys before. In Mexico, you got to kind of let that one slide. The guys do genuinely feel that they're friends with women, and women genuinely feel they're friends with guys. It's very unique. Other parts of the world, absolutely not. We're almost done though. So, what should the guy? What should the guy be doing or having to be considered a good boyfriend? Because I know you guys have your complaints.
El hombre para ser un buen novio, un buen esposo.
Un buen novio o un buen esposo. ¿Qué debe de tener? Oh, está complicado.
Just thinking about it.
Manage her emotions. That's what the guy needs to do. Learn how to manage her
¿Qué debe de
emotions.
tener? Bueno, debe de ser atento, debe ser un caballero como hombre, debe ser muy responsable y que le guste trabajar, que le guste compartir y obviamente pues que sepa cómo amarme.
Basically, to be a gentleman and to know how to love her and always be respectful with her.
See how vague it is, guys? You got to learn this stuff, man. Because if you listen to them, you're like, I don't know what the hell that's supposed to mean. It just sounds like the cover of a book. It's not a chapter. It's not a paragraph. It's not a sentence. It's just the title of the book. I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. I understand what it means, though. Got to manage her feelings, guys, like a job. Manage it. What about you? What does the guy need to do to be a good boyfriend?
I think to have also a good treatment with me and
Well, treatment? Good treatment?
yeah, like
Okay. Treat you well. Got it?
yeah, to be a gentleman and to respect me in all the ways.
You see how that's vague? What does that mean? Respect you.
To don't be flirting to someone else or to don't be cheating on me. I think that is for me respect. And also, if someone else is talking about me, like he always support me.
Of course.
Yeah.
Talk about my girl, you disrespect
Yeah.
me. But okay, so the cheating thing, is not getting caught just as good at not cheating at all? Is that respectful? I never, ever get caught?
No, I don't think so.
You never know. You didn't know. I didn't get caught. It's the same shit.
Well, yeah, you're right.
I took super precautions. That's respectful.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. If you get caught, guys, it's disrespectful. You sloppy. What about you? What does the guy need to do?
Definitivamente que sea comprometido, que sepa lo que quiere, que sea un hombre que sepa bien lo que quiere, que sea leal, que no cambie sus ideales por nada y sobre todo que tenga metas fijas las cuales las lleve a cabo día con día para poder hacer un buen equipo y yo comprometerme de la misma manera. Definitivamente sería eso, respetuoso y con valores.
okay. So the demand has goals and to work on the goals and also to impulse him to finish those goals. Also to be
¿Me repites otra vez?
Sí, que sea leal,
to be loyal,
comprometido,
to have compromise also.
definitivamente que no cambie sus ideales y que siempre lleve metas fijas y las lleve a cabo.
Yeah, to always have the goals on looking through and not, well, to be focused on what he wants, to have a good teamwork and also be to have this,
Que sea comprometido,
yeah, to have the compromise with her.
que sepa lo que quiere realmente.
Compromise? What do you mean? Compromise.
Well,
¿A qué te refieres con compromiso?
Que sea comprometido en la relación me ha pasado, por ejemplo, que hoy me dicen sí y mañana pues resulta que no querían nada serio. Es eso.
she refers to have like the compromise on what they say and what they do. Like if they say yes today, they yes stay tomorrow.
Okay, continuity is what you're looking for. Consistency. Yeah, which is, of course, very important. I want to use that to make a good point here, guys. A lot of guys, I think, are looking for girlfriends from the wrong place. They're looking to fill a hole. Like they're looking for a girlfriend because they're lonely, because they're bored, because they need validation from a woman in their life. All of this is rubbish. This is trash. What you need is to have a program that is so big and so developed that you can put her on your program. Guys say a lot of times, well, she needs to get on my program. A lot of dudes don't have a fucking program. And there's a lot of guys who do have a program, but the program is not designed in a way that the woman can fit in. It's like, how does she be part of that program? If you're going to work every day for a boss, how does your woman join that program? I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying that's kind of tricky. And for the woman, it leaves her with no direction to go in to be helpful to your purpose and the goals that she's saying he needs to be focused on. It's like, well, how can I help? Oh, just be here when you get home to give you sex and so that you don't feel alone. That's rubbish. Because now the woman feels like I'm here out of your desperation. I'm here because without me, there's no chick here and you need a chick in your life that bad. So anyhow, I'm just making a suggestion, especially if you're going to travel. Find a way to create a position that you can put a woman in so she can either be useful or at least fucking feel useful. And essential to what you got going on. I think it's very important because people need direction, right? And without direction, you don't want her getting complacent, because if she gets complacent, then she becomes bored, then she becomes resentful, and you're too busy focused on your purpose and your shit that you didn't even notice that she's transitioning through these feelings, right? She went from not knowing how the hell she's supposed to participate to getting bored to getting resentful, and then she's breaking up with you and you're scratching your head like, well, I don't know what happened. So if you're playing the video game, bro, get another controller. Find a way for her to play too is what I'm trying to say. She doesn't want to watch you play the fucking video game. What's next? I think we're almost done here. Okay, last question. Should a woman compete for the man that she wants? She decided she wants a guy. Should she compete for him?
Like competing between guys, or can you repeat the question?
Like, okay, let's say you like a guy and you've already vetted him. You're like, yeah, I like this guy. I want to be with this guy. Are you willing to compete for him? Obviously, other women like this guy too. There's no such thing as a guy that only one woman likes. It's fucking possible. And it's an issue I think women don't consider. If you like him that much, look behind you. They all like him too. And then you're going to complain when this guy cheats or doesn't want to commit. Meanwhile, you're not securing yourself and separating yourself from everyone else.
Pues bueno, ¿tú crees que está bien que se pueda decir que compitas por algún chico? O sea, ya bien dándote en cuenta de que hay más gente atrás de él o tú, bueno, atrás de ti también.
Pues bueno, en el caso de estar soltera, si es un hombre que a mí me interesa, que me llama la atención, que me gusta, que sé lo que siente o cómo se comporta, que me gusta, que me atrae, sí competiría por ese hombre. Obviamente cada quien tiene su manera de atraerlo, y obviamente también te das cuenta si tú le agradas a ese chico, pero pues sí considero que deberías de aferrarte a esa persona que te gusta.
Is she into him and she really likes him a lot? He will push to get their attention and also to find a way to be together, but also if he wants her back. Like, if he do not see interest, no.
That's not competing. That's showing up for the show and just raising your hand and expecting to get picked. Competing is outperforming everyone else. So it's not about, hey, I'm here and I like you and stuff. Now you work for me too. What? No. It's I'm better than all these women because.
O sea, que si tú le demostrarías como de, soy mejor que todas ellas por esto.
No.
These other women aren't going to give you your peace when you come home from work. But I'm going to shut the fuck up and give you your peace.
Ustedes se dan cuenta de quién sí. ¿O cómo?
Like, sí.
So the answer is no.
The answer is no.
Okay, what about you? You competing for this guy you want?
No.
So then you're going to settle for the guys you don't really want. That's the alternative.
I think if someone likes me too, he will compete for me. Like, I can choose the person that compete for me.
Do you know I've been to over 20 countries this year and that answer hasn't fucking changed? 20 countries. And in America alone, we interviewed thousands of women and that answer was consistent. Not the answer no, but the exact answer that you get. Well, if he likes me, then, that should be enough. And if he really likes me, bro, stop. Can you imagine Mercedes-Benz saying, well, if they really like this car, They're gonna buy it. I don't gotta put new features. I don't gotta give you better gas mileage. No, I don't, because you really like the car or not. This is not the way the world works. There's no other scenario where it operates like that. I want this job position, but if they really want to hire me, then they just gonna have to hire me because they really want me. Okay, forget about all these other qualified people that are willing to work longer, harder, take less pay. So women are setting themselves up for failure with this mentality. It's not about agreeing with men. It's about logic. There's already more women than there is dudes, and there's especially more attractive women than they are viable men. That's the most important number. It's how many of these guys do women actually want? And it's the top 20 to 10%. So there's a lot of women, and I'm not trying to be offensive, but women do not vary as much as they think they do. Every woman thinks she's so fucking special. I'm sorry, all cars have 4 tires, they got 1 steering wheel, they got seat belts, an engine, a transmission, oil changes. It's pretty routine stuff. But there's a lot of variety within cars. But essentially, they're the same goddamn thing. So what sets them apart is nuances. It's competitive edge from the manufacturer and the designer. That's what's gonna sell one car over another. But at the end of the day, they're all cars. So you either compete and earn enough money to buy the car you really want, or you settle for the car you can afford. And this is what ends up happening with women. They either settle for no car at all, take the bus or the train, or they settle for a car that they don't really want because they're not willing to compete for the man that they do. And if they get that man's attention, like you're saying, which is limited and finite, the moment he starts giving another woman attention, then they're the victim and he's the bad guy. He's cheating on me. None of these men want to commit. All these men are cheaters. No. Only the most desirable men have the options of other women, and they exercise their options because their options refuse to compete. So what happens is a new option beats a present option. Not because it's better, because it's new. And we like shiny shit. We like new shit. Women like new experiences. We like new toys. We'll get tired of that toy eventually. She'll get tired of that experience eventually. That restaurant she used to love, she'll be tired of that restaurant the 3rd or 4th time you take her. This is life. You have to keep providing new experiences, and you have to keep competing to keep this guy. Or else he is going to try something new and shiny. Blaming the men is asinine because men aren't going to change. They were the same way 500 years ago. They're the same way today. They stay married when their wife is irreplaceable. She has to compete. Are you going to compete for a guy?
Bueno, definitivamente para mí no es negociable mi dignidad. No iría atrás de un hombre por muy codiciado yo creo que fuera. Porque pues también yo tengo cosas para poder darle a alguien más que sí lo valore y no tenga que estar compitiendo. No, creo que no. Eso más bien no lo haría. No competiría por un hombre.
She will not compete.
She will not compete. No. So do you pick guys that aren't competitive? Do you pick a guy just for being, just for existing?
No.
Yeah, you call that guy boring.
Yeah.
The guys that didn't plan, the guys that weren't exciting, the guys that couldn't make conversation. Those are all the things that he has to develop, and those are things that he would be competitive against other men. So I don't understand the logic. How doesn't he have to? How come he has to compete but you don't?
Well, I can do it, and I will do it if I see interest.
That's what I'm asking you. If it's the guy that you want, you've already decided this is the guy I want.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Fair enough. All right, we're good. I was just trying to get to the bottom of that logic. All right, guys. So listen, this was first season of Mexicana Mondays. There's a Monday in every week. Expect an episode with Mexicanas every Monday. How about that? All right, we out of here. Any final thoughts? You're going to stop talking your husband's ear off. You're going to start competing.
Gracias. Thank you for the invitation.
Fair enough. All right, thanks for coming, ladies. Appreciate the crew. Like, subscribe, do all that good shit. Send the video to somebody else. We're out of here. Peace.
Shout out Authentic Alphas. Like and subscribe.
For the boys, leave a like and leave a comment on Authentic Alphas. Hit that bell.
Shout out Authentic Alphas. Real shit.
Have a great night. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, man.
Hey, be safe.
Hey, man, I love you guys, man. Live life, brother.